I'm convinced that some people deserve to be in prison. Like, some people should not be out here among regular people, law abiding, tax paying citizens. I mean, even if you gangsta out in these streets, there's a difference between being that and handling your business when business needs to be handled and stood on, and being just a crash out dummy. Somebody who is willing to randomly hurt just anybody running around wild out here. 143 years in prison. Man, listen, if I ever stood in court and a judge said to me that I got 143 years in prison, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm shitting and pissing exactly in the spot I'm standing in. I would probably freeze and not be able to move anymore, and they would have to carry me out of that courtroom. So here goes this story. Now, if you've never been at this channel before, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell next to the button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. Now, a man who was convicted of pointing a gun at a Burger King drive-thru worker who wouldn't accept drugs as payment for the food, and then later on driving off to go shoot at other people elsewhere that same night. He was caught. He was held in custody. He was tried in court. And he was sentenced to 143 years in prison. Now, you know, brother had to have been tweaking out his mind to pull up to a Burger King drive-thru window, order your food. Let me get a number 5. Let me get an extra large fries with that. Let me get the drink, make it an all extra large. Let me get this, that, and the other. Could I have an order of 6 nuggets to go with that? And then you get to the window and you offer the person that's working there and cashing your food out, say, man, I'll give you a dime bag of dope for the food. And the person is like, I can't do that. We have cameras on us and it's money transactions only. And then he ups a pistol, points a pistol at the employee and said, take the damn drugs and give me the motherfucking food. Now you ducking and hiding inside of the fast food establishment. Prosecutors who announced the sentence on Thursday said that the drive-thru incident was just the beginning of a series of crimes that Eugene Robertson carried out in the Denver suburb of Aurora on October 17th, 2022. Luckily, no one was wounded. Listen, no one was wounded. And he got 143 years. Bruh, if this the case, you might as well have shot a couple of people. There's people sitting in prison right now who actually shot somebody and they doing 10 years. There are people sitting in prison right now who shot multiple people and they're doing 20, 30 years. You got 143 years and you didn't pop nobody. You just intimidated a bunch of people. God damn. Now in April, a jury found Robertson guilty of 17 crimes, including 8 counts of attempted murder. The sentences for many of these crimes were stacked on top of each other, leading to a long sentence. Just go look up the justice system and how they stack sentences. When your sentences are stacked, again, you're fucked. So Robertson, who's 40 years old at the time, he faced a maximum sentence of more than 400 years when he was at sentencing August 9th. So you try to tell me that the 143 years was not the max? What the hell? Now, the judge was supposed to give him 400 years at a max. The judge could have said 400 years, which means you would have to live your whole life die, come back, still be in prison, die, come back, still be in prison. Ain't too many people living to 100 years, so I can't even say die 4 times. This probably gonna take you like 6, 7 times, because some of the times you probably die at like 45, 50, right? And you gotta come back, and then you live till you're 90 the next time, then you gotta come back again. And they want him imprisoned in the afterlife, okay? So they said, we consider this 43 years sentence justice for the multiple people that he put fear in that night. When did you get sentenced to 143 years for making people feel afraid? I ain't never heard of a charge making people feel afraid. Or what, intimidation? But 143 years though? Anyhow, the jurors that was sat on the case, because he had a case by jury, the jurors recognized the severity of the crimes this defendant committed, and we believe that the judge imposed an appropriate sentence, said Eric Ross, who is a spokesperson for the 18th Judicial District Attorney John Kellner, this Friday. I'm wondering if this big old scary ass black man had a jury that was all older white people. I don't know, because how the hell did they arrive at, well, the jury does not actually come up with the sentence. The judge does. So I'm going to have to go look up who this judge is. This judge, 143 years. If this judge gave this man 143 years, I want to see what this judge has given to people who have actually killed people. I want to see what type of time this judge has given to people who have murdered or molested children. Because this don't add up. 143 years, but was facing 400 years. I can't even say he's supposed to be happy because you got lucky. You know when somebody go to court and they're like, yo, you facing 25 years. And they go to court and the judge hit them with 3 years. And you're like, damn, you're lucky. Do your 3 years and come home, pa. But facing 400 years and the judge gives you 143, that's a lose-lose. You might as well have gave me 400 because ain't no way I'm living out the 143 that you gave me. So it might as well have been 1,000. You just go ahead and give me 1,000. I would have been disrespectful as hell in that courtroom. Fuck you, judge. Give me 1,000. Fuck you. Add another 1,000 to it. Matter of fact, put me on death row. Fuck that. That's how I would have been carrying on. But, you know, we live in a society where there are rules. And you got to follow those rules. Now, after Robertson pointed a gun at the drive-thru worker, prosecutors said that he walked into a convenience store that was directly across the street from the drive-thru. And he pointed the gun at the head of the clerk at that convenience store. They got him on videotape for all of these things. When Robertson saw that there was a surveillance video camera system there, he shot at the screen, trying to shoot it out. And then he left. And then he shot at 2 people who were standing outside in a parking lot. Just for no reason. Randomly, just pow, pow, at 2 strangers. Man, you know, sometimes, not sometimes, every time. Every time you leave your house, right? And you go out for the day, whether you go to work, go put gas in the car or whatever, go eat some food, go grocery shopping. Just the fact that you went out and you made it back home safe, that's a blessing. That's reason to give God thanks. Because anything could have happened to you with people like these out in the streets just randomly shoot at you for no reason. So I see how severe or how serious this is. But 143 years and he didn't hit nobody? The Centennial Colorado in Aurora previously reported, this is a news media entity, and they previously reported that a witness at the convenience store told the police there seemed to be something off about that guy. He was talking about God and carrying a Bible with a purple cover on it. Now, later that night, a woman who was a friend of his ended up calling 911 to report that he had fired shots at others after she refused to open the door of her apartment where she was chilling with several people. He went over to her house. He's trying to kick the door in. She wouldn't open the door. He started firing shots. She calls the police. The police spotted him at the woman's apartment complex. He hid behind some bushes, but they found him and they arrested him. And the rest is 143 years in prison. I think this brother right here was going through a mental breakdown, drug induced. He looks like he might have been on that stuff. You know, that stink, that boonk, that fry, that wet, that whatever you want to call it. He was probably on that, tweaked out his damn mind. And the fact that they didn't say, hey, he needs to get some help before he hurts somebody, he needs a rehab program. They give this man 143 years. Listen, life is too precious, y'all. Don't be out here throwing away your life. Because these people, they'll pack you in one of them jail warehouses real quick. They always got space for you. So act accordingly now. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. And I'll catch you on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know. If the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.